Hi guys, I thought I would do a 2-year review video of my Defender, and if you haven't seen the 1-year review video, click on the top right hand corner and check it out. So just to quickly recap, this is a 2023 Defender 110 P300. Some of the issues I mentioned in my 1-year video were that my Bluetooth cut in and out on certain roads. My speakers would not function here and there. My rear camera washer fluid was leaking.
In my previous videos, my Defender looked a little different. I had the white roof and the white side decal. I have done some work to it since the beginning of 2024, and I will talk more about it later on in this video. I still have the Bluetooth cutoff problem going on the same road. Luckily, I don't travel on that road often, but when I do, the problem is there with the Bluetooth. My speakers seem to have fixed themselves, maybe with a software update, because I don't have the issue where one will not be functioning anymore. I have also been ignoring my rear camera washer, so I'm not sure if it's still having issues with the droplets. That wasn't a big concern for me. It might have fixed itself. I haven't run out of washer fluid yet, and I haven't seen that water bubble in my camera for a while, so it might have resolved on its own.
In my last video, I mentioned that the dealer recommended that I get my oil change at 21,000 miles. I actually got it changed way before that. I didn't go through a dealership. I just went to a local European shop, and I think it was about like 300 bucks.
Currently, I have almost 25,000 miles on this truck, and I do drive this every day. I remember there was an incident right after the oil change. It was one of the hottest days of the year. I hopped into my car to go to an appointment. The AC decided it did not want to work. I drove down the street, stopped the engine, turned it back on. The AC still didn't work. I drove with it to my appointment. An hour after my appointment, I got back in and the AC decided to work again. I think the car has to be shut off completely for a couple of minutes for it to reset itself. Besides that, I haven't had any other problems with this truck until about 2 months ago. My battery had to be replaced. Because the truck is still under warranty, I did not pay anything. So for several months, I had a notification for a software update over the air. No matter what I did, the car wouldn't update, so I just lived with it. And one day, I got a message on the dash that says battery low, start engine to recharge. I lived with this for a couple of weeks until my interior lights wouldn't turn on because the battery was so low that's when I took it to the dealer.
So for a 2-year-old car, I shouldn't have to replace my battery already. I'm not sure if the software update caused the battery to be drained because it's constantly trying to update, or vice versa. Because the battery wasn't full, that the software update couldn't happen. I'm not sure. But because of this, I took it to the dealership and it was there for like 2 weeks.
2 days back from the dealer, I had a weird incident while running errands. I went into a house for about 10 minutes, came out, pressed the start button. The car sounded like it was going to start, then it stopped. The check engine light came on. I pressed the button one more time. It started this time, but the check engine light remained on. I turned it off and turned it back on. The check engine light was still on. I anxiously drove home. The following day, the check engine light went away. I guess that's the quirk of this vehicle, that if there's some issues, it has to be shut off completely and reset itself to fix itself. A similar incident happened to the G63 I drove last year where the ambient lighting malfunctioned, and the following day it was all normal again. I think there's just a lot of electronics and software and shit that these cars have.
So in conclusion, I think that once in a while I'll get a weird incident with this car, and once it shuts down completely and reset itself, it will start to function normally again.
I got a lot of comments from people saying the truck is awesome, but they wouldn't get it because of reliability, and I completely understand. These problems that I have gone through are really just annoyances, and I would consider them minor inconveniences. In spring of 2024, I pulled off the white roof and the white side decal and decided to add the urban wheel arches and finish it with a spoiler on top. The wheel arches are from Urban Automotive. It is the same company that makes the wheels. I ordered them through Bowden in Irvine. They were about $1,600 unfinished. I chose these arches because I wanted a little more aggressive and wider look overall, but nothing too crazy. Because I had a lot of scratches just for being a black car, I decided to wrap the truck in matte black because I had a lot of vinyl left from when I wrapped my previous cars. I also switched out any plastic parts on the bottom of the truck and replaced them with gloss because I wanted them to complement the wheel arches. These gloss parts are from Hunter Prestige in the UK. There were 10 pieces and they came out to about $600 with shipping, and I got them within a week from UK to California. Then I had a local shop here paint the arches, switch out and install all the parts. I just wanted a little different look, and I kept seeing this Urban Defender on Instagram and it just looked so good to me, so I changed it up. I don't have any future plans to do anything else. I think I spent enough money on this truck. I personally think it looks badass. I left the rear completely glossy to really complement that flat cutoff at the rear to contrast with the matte side body panels. With all that I've gone through with this Defender, I still genuinely love it. It has never left me stranded. I drive it every single day, and every time I get behind the wheel, I'm reminded of why I chose this truck. It still turns heads and has a unique presence on the road. The size feels just right, spacious enough for practicality without being bulky, and the ride height gives me that commanding view of the road that I absolutely love.
I do take this off-road, and one of my goals this year is to take this off-road more often and enjoy its capabilities. I just love sitting on top of the mountain with no one around and just surrounded by peacefulness of the surrounding.
I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I love cars and I always keep my eyes out for new cars. However, if I were to get a new car tomorrow, I think I would actually get the Defender again, but the Octa version. I went to the review event and got to sat in one, and I'm sold. I like the wider, aggressive look of it. The materials and quality were way nicer than my Defender, and it seemed solid with the twin-turbo V8 with over 600 horsepower. Or I would go with the Lexus GX. I have seen some lifted GX that are pretty nice.
I honestly think any new cars built nowadays are just not the same quality as how they were built back in the days.
If you want a Defender and you're worried about running into issues, I would lease one. If anything goes wrong with it, you will be covered during your lease period. And there's always lemon law if something major were to happen with your vehicle. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me any questions in the comments below, and until next time.